My dear students of 22nd batch, Assalamu alaikum. কেমন আছেন আপনারা সবাই? It's been a very long time since we did not have any class, did not have any communication, but I feel very glad today to be able to be present among you with a new class. And Dhaka City College has arranged online classes for you all. So I want to share some tips with you, that is these online classes will be very effective if you just do two things. The first one is listen the lectures carefully and mark the lectures very well in your textbook, thus you can complete your self study at home. So please do these two things and be committed to make these online classes fruitful. Also, Ramadan Mubarak to you everyone, to you all. I hope you all are staying well, staying safe at your place, and you are maintaining the social distancing. The pandemic situation is getting worse in our country. I shall also call you to do prayers at your place so the pandemic situation actually does not become even worse than the previous days. Students, in today's class, we shall we shall start a chapter, that is chapter 4, and the chapter 4 is business correspondence. Through this business correspondence chapter, we shall learn different kinds of letters, different kinds of mails that we communicate and exchange in a business environment. Okay. So there is a presentation, there's PPT slides that I shall bring before you. I shall expect all of you to listen the lecture very carefully, since these classes won't be repeated again, right? So let's go to the slide. It will take a minute. Okay. So students, you can see this is our course topic, that is business communication and report writing, and the chapter that we are going to cover is chapter 4, business correspondence. You can see I have prepared it. Afroja Rinki, this is me, lecturer, Department of Business Administration. Let's take a look at the learning objectives of this chapter. The learning objectives are what is business correspondence? How can we define a letter? What are the different kinds of letter? How can we differentiate a formal letter from an informal one? How can we define business letter? What are the importance and advantages of it? Apart from that, you will learn the classification of different kind of business letters. Okay. So students, again making you recall, this is chapter 4, business correspondence, but I think all of you should have a question now. What do you understand about business correspondence? What does business correspondence mean? Dear students, business correspondence refers to business communication through the exchange of letters, memos, faxes, and emails. So you can see all kind of correspondence related to the business is called business correspondence. Let's take a closer look on business correspondence. So here it is. Business correspondence is the exchange of information in a written format. Why do we exchange information in a written format? To conduct the regular process of business activities more effectively and efficiently. It can take place between organizations, as in two organizations can communicate with each other through business correspondence. It can also occur within organization as internal communication, or it can also occur between the customer and the organization, where we call it external communication. Business correspondence, as in mails, letters, these are widely accepted throughout the world. Students, then you can say correspondence or written communication may take place between two persons or two parties. So what you are actually doing, you are responding to a message that you are exchanging, or also you are giving the response. So business correspondence actually makes the point clear to us that a message does not become effective, a communication does not become effective without the proper response or feedback. So two parties, when they will communicate with each other effectively and efficiently, we shall call that business correspondence. Okay. Now, one of the most popular business correspondence format is letter. So you all know about letter. Letter is a written format of communication. What letter is a written format of communication where you are directing the message to a person, to a party, or to any kind of organization. Okay. Letters Letters are of many classifications, but basically at the very generic form, we can classify letter into two types. The first category is informal letter and the second category is formal letter. So let's take a close look on informal letter and its classifications. Here you can see informal letter. Informal letter, the term itself is explaining him, as in informal letter is a kind of letter where the sender does not follow any rigid rules or formality. As in, when you are writing letter, in a formal letter you have to follow very rigid rules, but in an informal letter you have the flexibility to use your words and your messages according to your own preferred way. So students, informal letter is written in a personal fashion. You can write them to your relatives, to your friends, or to anyone with whom you have a non-professional relationship. So you might have a question, madam, if we are colleagues, when we are sending them a letter, can I call that formal letter or informal letter? Students, see, if your colleague is communicating with you about a formal matter, about a professional matter, then it's a formal letter. But suppose you are sending your colleague a message about your personal problem, will that be a formal letter? No, that will be an informal letter. So when you are sharing any kind of messages regarding your personal or family affairs, we can call that informal letter. Now we will see the classification of informal letter. There is only one classification of informal letter, that is personal letter, a letter which is written for exchanging personal feeling and family affairs. Now, students, can you think of some examples where you are writing a personal letter to anyone? There are actually a lot. Let's take a look at the examples. You are conveying a message, you are congratulating your friends, you are requesting your friend to lend you some money, or you are maybe asking him some questions personally. All of these letters can be called informal letter, as in personal letter. So students, I hope you have got clarification over informal letter. Now we shall study formal letter. Formal letter is the kind of letter which is written according to the officially recognized rules and regulations of an organization is called formal letter. Students, now think the word officially recognized rules. What does it mean? It means that there is already a predefined structure of letter that you have to follow when you are writing the letter. For example, in a college, when you are writing an application to the principal or to the vice principal, Can you write according to your own wish? No, there is a prescribed form that you have to follow. So this kind of letter which have a very strict rules, regulations, we call that formal letter. We can classify formal letter in 5 categories. Let's take a look at them. Business letter, official letter, demi-official letter, internal letter, and social letter. At the very beginning, we shall study what is business letter. Actually, in business communication, we mostly focus on the business letter, a letter which is used by organizations to communicate in a professional way. Now, when you are in an organization, you are the ambassador of your organization. You are actually portraying your organization to whom? To different parties with whom your organization is currently dealing. They might be your customer, they might be company, they might be client, they might be shareholder, or they might be investor. So we can sum up that the numerous parties of a business organization with whom you are communicating in a formal way, we call that kind of correspondence as business letter. The second one is official letter. Official letter are the letters where you are writing to the government or different kind of semi-government bodies for the sake of your organization. Third, in the third one, we see demi-official letter. Students, we can call demi-official letter as semi-official letter, where you are blending your official and informal messages in a combined way. What you are doing, you are writing the official information along with the personal information. So in that way, when you are giving a personal touch in your official letter, we shall call that demi-official letter. Okay. Next one, internal letter. What are the internal letter? Internal letter are all kinds of correspondence that you are exchanging within the organization. This might be a circular, this might be a notice, this might be a report, this might be a sudden memo that you're exchanging within the organization. That means with the internal parties you are exchanging this kind of letter. The fifth one is social letter. So social letter and personal letter has got a difference. Listen very carefully. When you are working for an organization in a formal environment, you have to socialize in a formal way as well. For example, your colleague has been promoted. Now, the organization is congratulating that person through a formal letter. So what you are doing, you are giving thanks or you are congratulating, you are wishing them best luck through a letter, and this kind of letter is called social letter. Okay, now we shall learn what are the differences between formal letter and informal letter. This one is a very important question because it has come repeatedly in the previous year. So, formal letter is a written for business or professional purposes with a specific objective in mind. Students, always remember when you are writing a formal letter, you have the organizational objective that is working as a prerequisite for writing your letter. So you can understand the language will be very simple. It will be easy to interpret, but informal letters are written to friends, to your relatives, or with any person with whom you have a personal communication. So it does not need that the language has to be very rigid. It can use the emotional tone. The second one, see, the size of a formal letter should be concise. Obviously, I have told you many times that one of the most important attributes of communication is conciseness. Your message should be concise, but when you are writing to your friend or to your relative, your message might be lengthier than the formal letter. The third one is the formal letters are used for writing letters to business contacts. Now, for in every step, you need to learn who are the parties that a business organization or business personnel have to face regularly. They are the partners, the suppliers, the customers, the clients. All of these are the external parties of an organization, of a business organization. So when you are dealing with these parties, when you are exchanging information with these parties, you have to write formal letter. But when you are communicating with your friends, with clients, with your relatives, or with any colleagues who is a very good friend of you, with whom you have a personal relationship, you can write the you can write the informal letter. So we can sum up, formal letter has uh, more rigid rules and regulations, whereas informal letter does not have. Formal letter needs to be concise, obviously, but informal letter might be lengthier, and formal letter deals with the different organizational parties, but informal letter does not necessarily communicate with the business organizational parties. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Oh, okay, so dear students, let's have some more discussions on business letter. Here is a business letter. But why? Because when we are talking about letter, mostly we focus on business letter in business communication. Business letter, we shall take a definition first. A business letter is type of letter which serves as a means of communication written for various commercial purposes. So in this definition, you need to understand what does it mean by commercial purposes. So every student mandatorily know one thing, that one purpose of every organization is making deals and agreements for the organizational purpose. So you can write letter for deal, to complain anything, to give a warning, to give notice, to invite other parties to come to your organization, to give a declaration, to provide information, or to make an apology. So these are the purposes for which you can opt to write a business letter. Okay, some more about business later. Business people have to communicate with the customers, the suppliers, the debtors, the creditors, the public authorities. Actually, here we are seeing different parties where you can write the business later. Now we shall study the advantages of business later, like what are the advantages of choosing business later. The first one is letters are less costly than other means of communication. Let's take a look on the other means of communication. For example, you are personally meeting a person. uh, Once upon a time, there was a time when the business parties usually meet with one another and did sit for the meeting regularly. But after that, it was proved to be very costly, very time consuming. So business letter has been proved as the most uh, inexpensive and most effective means of communication. Then you can see letters can be sent to long distance places by post within a very short time. Obviously, you can send your letter, or you can send your message very within a very short time. You can just post it, you can just mail it. So this is very convenient, right? Third one is letters are drafted after proper thinking and planning. Students, just think about an example. দ্যাট ইজ হোয়াট, যে বন্দুকের গুলি আর মুখের কথা মুখ থেকে যদি বের হয়ে যায় তাহলে সেটাকে আর ফিরিয়ে নেওয়া যায় না। বাট ইন কেস অফ বিজনেস লেটার সেটা কিন্তু হচ্ছে না। হোয়াট ইউ আর ডুইং, ইউ আর planning very properly what should be your wording, how should you write, in which way you can convincingly write to the other parties. So yes, proper planning can be executed through business letter. The fourth one is the ideas conveyed in letters are clear and free from ambiguity. Obviously, when you are writing, you have the time to think about the letters, the words, the sentences that you are planning to give in the letter. The last one, the fifth one is the size of a letter may be big or small as required. Yes, obviously, you can choose if your letter should be big or should be small as your situation requires. There are some more advantages actually. Letters simultaneously provide evidence and exact copies can be retained. So the business letters work as a proof for you in a legal situation, or if you face any kind of difficulty. For example, you have given an order before 3 months and still you are not getting it delivered at your organization. So what you can do, you can use your letter or letter of order as a proof, and you can place it for further settlement. Then letters are suitable for all types of communication. Yes, there is a standardization in form and style which is readily acceptable by the business world. Even internationally accepted code language is used. So you can see numerous advantages of business letter, for which our organizations are using business letter every now and then. Now, what is this? Now these are some questions. These are your evaluations according to today's lecture. Students, look at this. After listening to this lecture and after studying it for a bit, you should answer the following question as your homework. What is business correspondence? What is letter? How will you define business letter, formal letter, informal letter, personal letter, demi-official letter, differences between formal and informal letter? So these are the questions that you should answer now. But I shall also want you to do one thing, that is as in go through the examples, that are given in your book. Okay, so here I am. I hope in today's lecture what you have heard that will be helpful for you, and also a piece of advice for all of you, that please go through the whole lecture properly, attentively. I shall come back to you to take your feedback through messenger. I shall tell the seer class representatives and others to take all the questions of your students and just include it in a doc. When I come to messenger, I shall answer all the questions sequentially. Okay, so we shall talk about this lecture in the messenger group in feedback situation. Till then, Allah Hafiz. This is the end of today's lecture. সবাই ভালো থাকবেন, ঠিক আছে? আল্লাহ হাফেজ।